Bones are amazing things. They hold us up. They support us. They make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater. This is Johnny playing Chime North.
This is Jeff playing Jerr Lan.
This is Jeremy playing Julian Illix.
This is Aaron playing Sam Feluge.
And this is Jordan, causing trouble wherever he may go. So thank you so much for joining us for our standard adventures of Bone Throwers Theater. Previously, there was a lot that happened last session. If I remember correctly, one thing that happened was that you all met with the lady who had talked to dogs before.
Yes, what was her name again?
Sarani.
Sarani, yes. And by lady, you're using that term loosely.
Yes. Because she took off her face and was an android.
Yes. There was a lot of revelations last time.
Gaspar died, and his son killed him.
Yes.
Do we know that for a fact?
Suspect strongly.
Okay.
Pushing up bonsai.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was ripped from him. His elemental.
Yeah.
It was ripped from him.
And Julian found out that Aelin is dead.
That did not end well for Julian.
Nope. Last we saw of Julian, he was drunk,
That's not going to end well for Chime.
shirtless, with his pistol drawn, heading out into the city in the middle of the night.
During a lockdown.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And his building is marked for implosion.
Yes. I think the Department of Imminent Implosion is just like randomly choosing buildings.
You think so?
I think so. Like, that one's
Probably
Or
a
is-
systematic update.
well, it's systematic, but I don't think it's for updates.
Systematic
Controls.
control. This person needs to be homeless.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting a little bit too comfortable. Too big for their britches.
Yep. The last session ended you two sitting in your apartment drinking to Choler's
yeah.
death.
Yes.
Jerry was consoling Chime in a very bizarre fashion.
Yeah. To your brother's death.
To your brother's death.
I think it was 2 explosions.
Yeah, 2 explosions.
Oh yeah, 2 explosions.
Yeah.
Hoping that his brother had died.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it was roughly about, 18 hours? No, more than that. 36
Yeah.
hours from explosion.
Yeah. 36 hours PX.
No, GX. 35.
So what do you all want to do at this point?
Is the city
Council
still on
mentioned
complete lockdown?
I would imagine at this point that they've begun lifting some of the strictures. You're still, you have to be back home at like 8 o'clock at night. You know, that kind of thing.
Now, would it be for certain curfew cards?
I imagine that the way it works is like black cards, free reign. Red cards till 10 p.m. Blue cards till end of work day. And then white cards end of school day.
So where would Julian's card fit in?
We'll say that your card has been extended to 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm. I was actually just thinking that. And then there's emergency response.
Yeah.
What's the black
Emergency response would be black card.
I imagine, they've gotten a seal over the crack, but it's not fixed yet. I
No.
don't know.
No.
The
Well, is
old
it-
piece
is
of
it-
duct tape.
Is that even public knowledge?
It would have to be.
Would it?
Well, anybody that was anywhere close to that part of the city could see it. The question is, who are they saying did it?
Oh, they're not saying anything.
Now that things have, progressed beyond just the immediate emergency, someone is in the government is leaking that it might have been a Centauro plot. Another continent.
Another continent.
We'll be at war with. Another call to arms.
The council needs
For the
you.
council.
Instead of Uncle Sam, it's just a black blob. We want you.
Like a silhouette.
Yeah.
Not even silhouette, just darkness with a finger pointing at coming emerging out of it.
That's creepy.
We want you for the council.
It's creepy as it gets.
We'll go ahead and say that it's late afternoon. Give them some time to drink off, to enjoy their commiseration. Sam, what have you been up to?
So, at Shade's insistence, Sam and Shade are trying to track down where they had been staying
Where the children have been staying.
with Choler.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
So Sam's actually going to call Chime.
Sam is going to call Chime.
You called me. Yeah.
Chime, it's Sam.
Oh, hey.
So yesterday we were talking about your brother, and I'm trying to find any other children that he may have been influencing.
I only ever saw the two.
Right. But so I'm just trying to track down places where your brother has been, so I can try to find an area of interest to try to find where else he might have been staying.
The only places I've ever seen him were at the park and at the repair station that blew up.
There was also the restaurant that you guys...
Oh yeah, and the restaurant, which is near the park.
Oh, but that's really close to your place.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Though I think he knew I was there and was trying to get to me.
Well, I think I'm gonna head that direction and start canvassing the neighborhood.
Very well.
Do you wanna join me?
Sure, I can go out for a little bit. Don't want to do anything too suspicious looking, though. I'm being watched pretty closely at the moment.
Okay. I'll be over in the next... Is the Aqua running at this point?
The outer rim is not,
Okay, that's fine.
but the inner rim is.
So I'll be over there in about 30 minutes. Right? 30 minutes to get around the ring?
I'll be over there in a game-appropriate amount of time.
See you shortly.
Alright.
Jerr, are you still at Chime's place?
Yes. Because if I had gone back to the station, I would have had to work.
So Sam arrives
Keeps food
and
cold.
finds both Chime and Jerr. Is Jerr still sleeping on the couch, or are you awake at this point?
This might probably be
I
awake.
would probably be awake at this point.
Actually, I will knock at the front door this time.
Not on a window or anything like that?
No, I won't just sneak in through the window, and because we're allowed to be out.
For the council.
For the council.
I open the door.
Hi. So, yesterday we were talking about your brother. I'm wanting to start, just going around the neighborhood. Oh, I didn't know you had company. Do you mind if I come in?
Come on in. So, yeah, like I said, I've only seen him a few different places.
Right, but I figure maybe we can start trying to find other people he may have had contact with. Just canvassing the neighborhood, asking around.
The biggest thing, but the hardest thing to find out is about this organization, Fire Drakes.
We might be able to find information on them while we're trying to find information on him.
Well, if there's anyone we know that knows information, it's Julian.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the best option, but he's pretty much our only one.
Yeah, he's a real loser, but he's our loser.
I'm just saying, he's been looking into this stuff for a while, so he would know more than most people.
Has anybody ever gotten him on the phone?
You don't have his number.
He doesn't,
Because the card doesn't list a number, just an address.
You've been to his place.
Yeah, we've been there.
All of you have been
Yeah.
to
Yes.
his place.
Yeah, he disconnected his phone.
Yeah.
Except for when he randomly comes home and it's connected again.
Which does happen occasionally. Every time they touch your line and say it's not connected.
Huh. Phone's not connected. This is the 5th time in a year. It's time to demolish that building.
Yep.
Council thinking.
So do we want to go try to find him at his place?
I look out the window.
Okay.
Do I see any MPs or...
No.
No, okay. They used to be obvious about it. They've gotten less obvious.
Yeah, I think that going to Julian's place is a good place to start. Hopefully he's run his madness through.
I wouldn't count on it.
Actually, it sounded like he was going to try to find and make sure Choler was dead.
Yeah. I can applaud him for that.
I think we all can.
Yeah, so it might be a really good bet right now.
Off to see implosions.
Would it happen that fast? I don't think it would.
No.
Especially not in a citywide crisis.
No. Yeah. So you're at your apartment, or are
No.
you elsewhere?
I am elsewhere. So do you guys actually go there?
Well, so we can't take the rail there.
Oof. Yeah, so you can walk.
We have to walk because the rail doesn't go out that far
You
right now.
go to the rail to the closest station, and that's
It's still a hike. It's
about an hour's walk.
yeah.
So I'm imagining when you guys get there, you may see one or two people just like moving stuff out. But for the most part, everything else looks like it's been pretty cleared out. When you get to Julian's, unless anybody has done anything, the door is still open. Things are, I would imagine, like I said, unless it's been ransacked, pretty much just how he left it, just how that last description was. You see 1/4 full bottle laying sideways on the floor, a broken picture frame, some glass, and his shirt and his jacket on the floor.
Did he wear his shoes?
He never took off his shoes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Ooh, that would have been even crazier. But no, he didn't. He never took off his shoes. Fine motor skills at that point.
The shirt was a challenge enough.
The door's open, but it's not busted.
No, he left it. He just left it wide open. He actually never closed it when he went into his apartment.
Well, go in and start
Poking around?
Ransacking.
poking around. Viewing what evidence we can of where he might have gone.
Yeah. Or who might have taken him.
Yeah. Was a struggle, and he's been taken.
Well, the only things out of place is the bottle on the floor and the broken picture. Everything else is still very tidy compared to the rest of the living space,
Mm-hmm.
which still has stacks of newspapers. And none of that seems to be disorganized from when you saw it before.
Right.
It looks to be. Well, this will be your first time seeing it
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's my first time there.
on the inside.
What about
On the inside. Do we find the wall of stuff?
His wallow weird.
His wallow weird?
his conspiracy theory wall?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
As everything is just as
I mean-
you saw it last.
Yeah.
You do see what looks to be a new chicken scratch, clearly written next to Gaspar Neri, with a bunch of question marks around it. Qatari.
Well, we already knew she was a question mark.
Sam didn't know that she was a question mark.
No, because she's been an old contact of
Right.
mine.
We'll plug the phone in and let's listen and see what I hear.
Here's some breathing.
You never know. This is Consiglio.
Well, when you pick up the line and hold it to your ear, you hear a couple of clicks.
I don't say anything. I just hang it up and unplug it again.
Okay. There does seem to be like several places scrawled throughout the thing. What is in the central square?
Oh, yeah.
A place where no one is allowed to go.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
You're not going to shadow into there?
No. No.
Could you?
So is it like a square pillar that goes all the way up to the top of the dome?
There would probably have to be a support.
There is like a pillar that goes to the top to support the dome, but then whatever this giant thing is built around it, and there's no windows or anything like that.
Well,
Oh,
we should probably find him.
We probably should.
I have no clue where he would have gone.
Where the explosion was.
So I do know that he was trying to find Choler.
We should go to where I last saw Choler.
Talking about a hike.
Yeah.
This game's all about you guys getting in your imaginary cardio.
That's all the way across the city.
Yeah.
Like, almost walking the whole diameter of the city.
Whew, long day.
I mean, you could take the inner circle, but...
Okay. So we start trekking our way.
I don't know if we'll be able to get there and home before curfew.
What I could do, if we were to find a boat of some sort, is I could get us through
The sewers.
well, either the sewers or just
The aqua rail.
the aqua rail.
And get arrested. Most likely.
Well, I imagine they have all the floodgates closed around the outer rail.
Why don't you go ahead and look for a boat?
Search.
Yeah.
9.
I found the boat, guys.
15?
Sam found a boat.
I found a boat!
So, where's the boat?
It was actually at one of the parks. There's a pond, like a recreational pond.
It's a paddle
Paddle
boat.
boat. Paddle boat through the sewer.
With a swan. Not necessarily that crazy. I was thinking of it as a rowboat.
That's much more my speed.
So you all want to steal a boat?
I'm just picturing 3 guys.
As long as it's not a submarine.
I'm just picturing 3 guys going to the local park, picking up the rowboat out of the pond, and carrying it over to the sewer.
We'll be back, guys. We promise it'll be back in perfect condition.
That's not suspicious at all. I feel like this is a
stealth
terrible idea.
I'm feeling less and less confident about the idea of us stealing a boat and taking it or anything.
I think we're gonna nix this plan altogether and
These
just
guys should just
hoof it.
Just walk.
We're gonna hoof it.
You could always use Jerr as a raft.
Nope.
And I already thought about
I almost suggested it for the up in the aqua rail, not in the sewer.
Even still, nope.
Could you form a platform of ice?
I don't know. I've never tried anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that. Just to see if we
This
can do
would
it.
be alteration.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Nope.
There it is. Of course, it didn't have to be just the wild die. Most of his other dice are also 1.
Congratulations, Jeff, for rolling a 2 on 4 dice.
All right, we're walking. Go. Let's go. We're wasting time.
That's a good plan.
Is their walk uneventful?
Their walk is fairly uneventful. They do get stopped on a couple of occasions by guards, who tell them, remember the curfew. And it seems like the frequency of guard patrols and everything are picking up the closer you get to ground zero.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're able to make it to ground zero without too much of an incident.
At least near it.
Yep.
I imagine it's still
What's
being
going
swarmed.
on at ground 0?
Well, so there's been an emergency fence constructed,
How tall is the fence?
12 feet tall. There's barbed wire at the top of
That's
it.
a big fence.
It's a lot of effort.
Not if you have the proper elementals and the proper proxies, the proper innates. Just have you seen
Like a Magneto type person.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The end of that movie
I
where
haven't seen it.
there's rampant destruction in New York City, and
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
and-
standard.
Dr. Strange.
Yep. And so the Aurors are going through putting New York City back together with magic. So, and now that we are at ground zero, we will go ahead and take a quick break.
Do you ever wonder when Spider-Man goes to the bathroom if the toilet paper sticks to his fingers?
Do you ever wonder why Superman wears his underwear outside of his pants?
My name is Imran.
My name is Anthony,
He's the Jock.
and he's the nerd.
And we're your hosts for the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we sometimes try to attempt to answer these questions.
This is a full spoiler podcast, and we swear a lot.
Check it out for awesome geek news, interviews, and comic book reviews. Visit jockandnerd.com. We are your superhero TV, movies, and comic book culture curators.
Boom.
jockandnerd.com. Jock and Nerd!
We're back.
Just in time for curfew.
Just in time for curfew! So what have you been doing out all this time, Julian?
Julian has been doing some investigating
Okay.
of his own. And currently, yes, he is around Ground Zero.
Shirtless.
No, he's not shirtless.
In Seattle.
So where did I find a shirt at?
He just got another shirt. And a jacket, because it's kind of chilly. He would have tried to make it, see if he could get his way inside of the fence. Legitimately, not sneaky.
Do you have persuasion or...
I do have persuasion.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll.
Not very good. 9.
The guards at the checkpoint are not really impressed by your civilian credentials.
Understandable.
So they're like, until we hear from the military police that you're on the list, you're not getting into this particular site.
I'm imagining he is still trying to plead his case to the guards. I guess when you guys roll up, you will notice him, and he's named.
Good. Oh, good. We didn't have to hunt for you.
He's being pretty vocal about it, and he's name dropping every military person that he has had in contact with.
All of the majors and the colonels and the...
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
No.
Okay.
But he does not look like he has slept. He looks...
a little wild-eyed.
Yeah.
A little rumpled.
His eyes are red and puffy, and his voice sounds rough.
You gotta let me in. I've gotta do this investigation. That kind of thing.
Where are the drugs?
How do you know the nerd? Thank you, Batman.
Okay then.
Is this the only entrance? There's only one way in, one way out?
I would imagine that there are other entrances as well. But there's like 2 more.
So Sam's gonna walk up to Julian and turn to the soldier there. Excuse me for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll find another way in there.
What other way?
I know of at least 3 other entrances.
Yeah, so do I. I've been there.
The sewer?
No. I was hoping to do this legitimately.
How's that been working?
You see, I'm still on the outside.
Well, then let's go the way we know is going to work.
Could potentially work.
All right, whatever.
Go back to...
And there's as you guys walk off, there's a slight hint, aroma of smoke from Julian's jacket. Not like cigarette smoke, but just like a smoky...
Burning.
Something has been burning smoke.
Slight.
Okay.
Slight.
Not like you are burning.
No.
Like you've been rolling around in the soot of a house. Smell of smoke.
Yeah, something like that.
I would recognize it.
I wouldn't.
So you've been rolling around in a burnt house?
Julian just looks at, what?
You smell all sooty.
I mean, this whole place probably reeks of fire.
Yeah, but it's coming off of you.
I've been down here like the past 3 hours.
Whatever.
We'll wash off in the sewer.
We'll also come out smelling...
Like roses.
Do you remember how to get to the station from where we're at through the sewer?
Sounds like knowledge to me.
Yeah.
12? On the nose.
So yes, I do remember how to get there.
Which is impressive, considering how you got out of there.
True.
All right.
I think he gets a little bit of an edge because of the bonding with a water elemental.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So we discreetly find a manhole cover and climb down.
So do we search?
Sure, go
Or
ahead.
do we just know where a manhole cover is?
10.
14.
15.
11.
For some reason, you just have a great memory for manhole covers.
Hey, look! down into the sewer.
Everybody make a coordination roll. Or a physique roll.
Physique or coordination?
Yeah, whichever one is
Can I
better.
choose?
There's reflexes, which actually has climbing.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to remember what reflexes are. Age?
Oh!
I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a lot.
I rolled a 3.
A 3. Oh, because you got a +1.
You would think that the fireman would know how to get down a ladder a lot better than the rest of you.
Well,
We've already established this episode 1. He's like the worst firefighter.
but they entrust me with so many things. I don't get it.
It's because they don't want to send you into an actual burning building.
Except that they
Oh,
did.
Gaspar's calling. Let's send Jerr so he's not with us at the fire. Gaspar really wasn't asking for Jerr.
Gaspar really did think that Jerr was his best
Can you send somebody over? Yeah, we can send Jerr. We can send Jerr.
Jared just kept showing up. Gaspar never called for him at all. So that's why Gaspar thought, look, it's my best friend.
He really cares about me. I really do
He really does care.
So we all fall down into the sewer.
Yes.
We all fall down.
Splash, splash, splash.
We all fall down. We all fall down.
Except for Johnny's character. He's just fine. All the rest of you slip and slide your way down.
They all land in the water. I land stop on the walkway next to the water.
So Julian standing up like it's like, so what about that smoke smell?
I don't smell anything like smoke. Alright, so you guys, you fall in. It's not the greatest.
So Julian, without saying anything after that, is just going to figure out which way is the correct way, and he's going ahead of everybody else.
That way.
Go ahead and make me a knowledge roll to make sure you know which way to go.
Knowledge.
If you have navigation under knowledge, you can go ahead and use that.
Remember, I remembered how to get there.
I
Yes,
do have
but he's
navigation, but
saying-
I'm
he's
not waiting
taking
for
off
you.
without
10.
You're going to have to tell him he's going the wrong way.
You're going the turn around the other way.
At least I'm going somewhere. So all of you are just standing around. And he turns around and just walks past him the other way.
I'm walking along the walkway. Jerry's just swimming along.
No, he's not swimming along.
Can you walk on water?
I'd call walking on
Or would
water
it be alteration?
alteration.
Altering the water tension.
Yeah, either
The surface tension.
or altering your own weight.
Nope.
No.
Water.
Again, Jeff!
You fail at magic.
Again! Whenever Jeff rolls 1, he rolls all ones. My goodness, got a 2 again on 4 dice.
Alright.
So we're all headed.
So you're heading towards the towards ground zero.
Do we get to ground zero with no complications?
Julian misses the turn.
Sure, you're able to get there with minimal complications. A few misturns here and there, a few disagreements about which way to go. It gets really dark there for all of a sudden, and 3 of you can't figure out why.
Oh no, it gets dark.
Yeah.
Like it really does. Like, Julian would pipe up immediately and just say, "Shade, stop."
So I would try to give everybody sight.
What do you need to roll?
20.
On 7 dice, though.
Yeah, unless you
Fair chance.
Jeff.
Unless you Jeff your roll.
Yeah, just don't Jeff it.
Can I just roll once for everyone, or do I do
Sure, once for everyone should be sufficient.
Oh, yep.
Well,
See, that's how you're supposed to roll for magic.
17, 20, 31.
Heroic.
We can actually see heat
All the
signatures as
things.
well.
Okay.
We can see all the things.
So we can see all the things
Julian
that were
can
in
see
the water.
All the things.
Have you talked to anybody about your?
Being able to see them.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's ever come up.
No.
And now you are finally there.
Woohoo!
So we're actually up in
There's a
the
lot of rubble.
chamber of the facility. Well, I mean, there would be no chamber left, wouldn't there?
It would be a hole.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a giant hole.
So we can see open sky.
You can see, through the rent in the
Yeah,
roof. You can see,
so that's pretty cool.
yeah. Good thing you grabbed a jacket from somewhere.
Are there any people around that we can see?
Yeah.
Are there any elementals around that Julian can see?
Go ahead
Taking
and
a look around before time out.
Go ahead and make an investigation roll for that.
You don't want to do that.
I love how you suddenly sound like Kermit the Frog.
7.
19.
22.
17.
Not bad. 19 on 2
7.
dice.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
There are a couple guards like doing patrol routes, and there are some elementals.
Is there water elementals guarding the way? I don't know.
Yes, there are. Since you asked, there are.
Jeff! Twice! In the span of 20 minutes!
Personally, I was already wondering, how are they not even thinking of the
I wasn't going to question it.
Oh, I was thinking in my mind. I was not going to say anything.
You would be surprised at how many blind spots are in totalitarian cultures.
No, yeah, that's true. Fire elementals.
Yes.
Recognizable fire elementals. 'Cause
Oh.
I've seen them before.
Even or odd? Odd.
Come on!
You want to give me a hero point or a fate point?
Sure, why not?
Yes, you recognize them.
Them?
Well, the fire elemental.
Okay. Where do I recognize it from?
How many fire elementals have you dealt with in the past?
That you've seen.
That I've seen? Well, I've seen quite a bit, because it lasted for 24 hours. But the one that's going to be seared into my mind is the is the one that was attached to Choler.
It is not that one.
Ooh. But I had never well, okay, I see where that's going with that. How close is that one?
Just doing circles in the water.
Fire elemental?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually it is. Go ahead and make me a history roll.
That'd be on knowledge. 10.
Things look really different,
Uh-huh.
but you can remember the spot where Aelins went overboard.
Okay. I can't see the elemental, but yeah, okay.
Right here is where I killed your child.
Yeah, that's something I will not say. I'm going to do as little as possible to remind him that I was indirectly responsible for her death.
It sees you, and it motions to you, come here kind of hand gesture.
I'm going to reach into the pocket, pull out a lighter,
Okay.
and sort of look around at the three of them and hand it to Jerr. Say, light it. And he puts his fingers in the flame. It lights!
There's something stuck in the tip here.
And he puts his fingers in the flame.
Okay.
And willpower, I need to roll a 8. And I rolled an 8. Actually, a 10.
Very nice.
Plus 2. Alright, so I can now communicate with that fire elemental. And in his head, he's going to say, what do you want?
We need to see this.
No, what do you want?
We need to see this.
And he looks at the other three and he says, wait here. And he just starts walking.
Jer's still holding the lit
Lighter.
in his hand.
As he walks away, you can notice that he's sweating.
Didn't think it was that warm down here.
Not pretty cold, but he's sweating.
You walking towards where she died, I assume?
Whoever the...
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm asking.
Yes.
Is he walking
yes,
towards?
that's correct. So the fire elemental kind of drifts back a little bit and then holds out a fiery hand. Reach down.
I look down before I reach.
Can't see anything in the water.
What is down there?
The truth you must know.
Enough with the cryptids. What is down there?
Pain.
He's going to use persuasion, since that is his thing when he's talking to an elemental. And he says, look, I know you know that I figured out who you are and who you have been. I need to know why it seems my life is connected with you, and why everybody that you have touched in my life has suffered a painful fate, as you point out. And to do that, whatever's down there, you are going to bring up yourself. And 70.
Just a reminder, her body's not there. Because they recovered her body.
Or is it? Only a 20.
It takes its hands and it reaches down into the water, and the water starts to boil. And out of the water comes a luminescent figure floating to the surface. And they float up out of the water, and they look like they're sleeping, just lying there. And it looks like alien.
Is it corporeal?
I should find out.
Can we see anything?
Yeah, can we
I know
see
we
it?
can't see the elemental, but
Do we see the boiling water?
Yes.
That's sketch. I'm gonna go over and be like, what's happening?
Before that, I'm going to reach out and see what I can touch.
Your hand connects, and you hear two different voices. One that says, son, and one that says, daddy.
So what is this supposed to tell me?
You're not the reason that we died. Tendrils of fog, what looks like fog, just starts rolling away off of the body, and it dissipates.
At that point, he's not going to be aware of anything else that's going on around him. He's actually going to shout.
Okay.
He says, yelling at the elemental in front of him. It's like, I know I'm not the reason they're dead. You are!
Son, why would I be the reason for that?
Real quick, I was going to use my water elemental to try and
see what's going on
see
with the water.
what's making it boil and if there's anything down there.
Okay. You can tell that the water is interacting with the fire elemental.
He just shouts out, he's like, enough! Stop using her as a scapegoat. What is your agenda?
Joe's gonna take a step back from Julian.
Yeah, he's still shouting.
No one there, dude.
He doesn't even hear Jerry.
Yeah.
He's totally focused on the elemental in front of him.
Yeah. The question was, what is your agenda?
Yeah.
Make things better.
For yourself?
Make things better. And it stretches out into a tongue of flame. It just it flies away.
He says this as it's floated away. He's like, be lucky I don't know how to kill your kind yet.
Jared takes another step back.
So how do you two feel about this whole situation?
Did I find anything in the water?
No.
You just knew there was fire elemental interacting with the water.
Okay.
So,
Wonder who he's talking to.
do I look like that when I talk to Shade?
Not like that. You look a little crazy, yeah, but he looks insane.
That he does.
Have you ever openly talked to Shade in front of us?
Maybe not in front of you. In front of Julian, I have. And in front of Chime.
So I'm like, what?
Just trying to think of what else is there to investigate there.
Look for Choler's body. That's what I'm going to start doing.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigate.
Start with.
Would have gone cold by now.
That was the only
Not
fire
necessarily.
elemental.
8 for
Yeah,
search.
Okay.
You don't find any bodies.
No bodies. No body parts.
And all the other elementals that are around seems to be attached to
Individuals,
that are actually there doing something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've noticed you. I mean, you
Kind of shouting out
Kind of-
loud.
Oh yeah.
They might have caused a bit of a scene.
Mhm.
It's like, and actually a guard goes, "Hey, how did you get in here?"
I hold up my curfew card, say emergency response.
What emergency? Shit.
He kind of looks around.
As does Julian.
All of us kind of do.
Us was like,
We're standing in a giant crater that used to be
A sub-terminal.
4 city blocks.
Is there something new?
that's what we're trying to determine.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
And Julian spouts off his PI number and his council-approved case number.
Okay.
Are we all rolling persuasion? Since we're all kind of teaming up on this guy.
Sure.
Like seriously, what kind of what kind of an idiot are you up there?
Only rolled a 10.
Oh my gosh.
8.
Well, are we running?
Sounds like a good idea.
Is he armed?
He is armed. He's a soldier. A rifle.
Is it trained?
Not at this point.
Julian's going to try again.
Okay.
And he's going to say he knows the private's name that he was talking to. And he's like, look, if there's issue with me being in here, you need to go talk to Private Masters at gate number 2. Because I told him the exact same information, and he let me right through. So if there's issue, it's not with me, it's with your military personnel.
Okay.
Come on, be a good roll.
I had 4 and 4 plus 3.
Oh, dang.
I had 4 plus 3 and
I got
10.
a 6. Can I use
points.
character points?
That's something.
Sure.
I'm going to use character points.
Okay.
What do I have a specific target, or is it going to be opposed?
Yeah, we can go ahead and oppose it if you want.
You doesn't let me know if I'm going to even try to spend character points or not.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, I'm using character points. That's only 3.
Yeah.
So 1 character point gets me to 11.
Okay. So, with your newfound sense of privilege and authority,
And the rest of you notice as he's doing that, he has slowly reached his hand and it is on his pistol.
we're going to go ahead and call that an episode. Thank you so much for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.